I will discuss to you my assigned topic, which is daily lesson log. Policy policy guidelines on daily lesson preparation for the K to 12 basic education program. So it says here it affirms the role of the K to 12 teachers as a facilitator of learning preparing for lesson throughout the daily lesson log, which is DLL or detailed lesson plan, DLP, and provides teacher with an opportunity for reflection on what learners need to learn, how learners learn, and how best to facilitate the learning process. A daily lesson log or DLL is a template used by teachers to log parts of their daily lesson slash classes. It covers a day or week's time of lesson and contains components, contents, and procedures, markers, and reflection. So, let's move on to the next slide. First here is adjectives. So, in simple terms, it's about the adjectives that teachers have for their lessons. These adjectives are related to what student should learn in terms of knowledge and skills when teachers creating adject, lessons. Adjectives, they are describing what they want their students to understand and able to and be able to do by the end of the lesson. This includes things like facts, concept, and procedures that are important for the student to learn. And it also mentions content standards and competencies. Content standards are the specific facts or concept and procedures that students are expected to learn in a particular subject area. Competencies, on the other hand, are the knowledge, skills, and attitude that students need to show in order to be successful in a lesson. So these lesson objectives are about what students should learn. Content standards are the specific things that need to know, and instances are the skills and attitude they need to demonstrate. So that's it for adjectives. Second is the content or topic. It talks about two important things for teaching to consider when planning a lesson. First, it mentioned the content topic, which is basically what the lesson is all about. It like the main idea or subject that the teachers wants to teach the student. For example, if the lesson is about animal, then the content topic or content or slash topic would be animal. Next, it talks about learning resources. It's about material and references that teachers will use to teach the lesson. It could be books, video, website, or any other resources that can help students understand the topic better. So it's simple term, it's reminding teachers to think about what they want to teach, content slash topic, and what material they will use to teach it. Learning resources when planning a lesson. And then the fourth is procedure. So reviewing it is talking about either going over what was learned in the last lesson, or introducing a new lesson to the student. This is a common practice in teaching where the teacher will either recap what was covered before or start teaching something new. For example, Um, if the previous lesson was about addition in math, the teacher might review how to add numbers before, I mean, review how to add numbers together before moving on to subtraction in the new lesson. This helps students remember what they learned before and build upon the knowledge with new information. Establishing is saying that, wait, okay. Establishing is saying that when a teacher set a clear goal or reason for a lesson, it can help motivate the student to learn. For example, if a teacher tells the class what they will be learning about a famous historical event in order to understand how it shaped the world today, student may be more interested and engaged in the lesson because they know why it's important to learn about it. By knowing the purpose of the lesson, students are more likely to pay attention and remember the information being taught. In presenting is talking about showing examples or instance of new content and skills. This means that when you want to demonstrate or showcase something new, you can do so by providing specific example or instance that highlight the content and skills you are trying to emphasize. For example, if you are trying to show how to use a new software program, you can present example for how it works and the skills needed to use it effectively. By doing this, you can you are helping others understand and learn about new content and competencies. So, okay, let's go move on in discussing. Discuss. Okay. Discussing new concept is when you talk about and share idea about things that are new or unfamiliar to you. This can help in a classroom, at home, can help in classroom, at work, or even with friends. Formative assessment is a way for teachers or instructors to see how well students are understanding a topic or concept. It helps them know if they need to adjust their teaching method or provide more support to help students learn better. So when you discuss new concept, it can be a formative assessment because it gives teachers a chance to see if you are understanding the new ideas being taught. This feedback helps them improve their teaching and helps you learn better. So the continuation from the word continue, it's talking about continuing a conversation, about new idea that were included earlier. This discussion will help students better understand the lesson and learn how to use what they learn in different ways. It's better. It's like building on what you already know to learn more and apply it different situation. This helps students deepen their understanding and see the lesson from different perspectives. So, let's move on developing. When we say developing, mastering means getting really good at something. This can be achieved throughout doing activities on your own, like writing, being creative in how you show what you have learned, acting out scenes, and more. This activity helps you become an expert in a particular subject or skill. So formative assessment. So the third formative assessment is about showing how well you mastered something by doing this kind of individual work activities. Finding is about how important it is for the students to understand how the for example, if a student is learning about fractions in math class, they would apply that knowledge when baking cookies at home. Understanding fraction would help them measure ingredients accurately and follow a recipe correctly. By finding practical ways to use what they learn in school in their daily lives. Students can see how their education is relevant and variable. This can help them appreciate their learning and understand why it is important to pay attention in class. So let's move on. H, making. So making about how to wrap up a lesson by getting students to think about what they learn and how to apply it. It's it is done by asking them questions that make them think deeper about the material and show what they learn, solidify their understanding, and show off their new knowledge and skills. It's like summarizing everything they learn in a way that makes it clear and easy to remember. I is evaluating. Learning is a way to see if students have learned what they were supposed to learn. It helps teachers understand if their teaching methods were effective, and if students have achieved the goal set from them. For example, let's say a teacher give a test at the end of a unit to see if students have understood the material by looking at the test result. The teacher the teacher can evaluate how well the student have learned and adjust their teaching if needed. In in essence, evaluating learning is like checking to see if students are on track and if they have successfully learned what they were supposed to learn. Okay. Addition. This addition is saying that after doing a test to see how well kids are learning, teachers will give them extra activities to help them improve or challenge them for based on how they did on the test. For example, if a student does really well on the test, they might get harder activity to keep them challenged. But if a student struggle on the test, they might get extra help to catch up and improve. So basically, these extra activities are tailored to each student's needs based on how they are doing in class. So, flexibility, have some freedom in how they teach the lesson outlined in the DLL, which is daily lesson log. They know they don't have to cover all 10 parts of the lesson plan. In every class, the most important thing is to make sure that the way they teach leads to the student achieving the goal of the lesson. Teachers would would use different ways to check if the students are meeting the objectives, like quizzes or discussions. So 5 is remarks. The remark section is where teachers can write down any special situation that might affect their lesson plan. For example, they need to continue a lesson to next day because they run of time, or if a class gets cancelled and they need to move the lesson to the next day. This section helps teachers keep track of any challenges or adjustment they need to make to their lesson plan.